Good evening, everybody. This is the Village of Oak Lawn Board of Trustees regular meeting agenda. Today, we are meeting in the Village Hall Auditorium, 9446 South Raymond Avenue. This is meeting 2024-303, and it's Tuesday, February 13, 2024, 7:30 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mayor Vorderer.
Present.
Trustee Mallow.
Here.
Trustee Sock.
Here.
Trustee Pembroke.
Here.
Trustee Olenichek.
Here.
Can I have a motion to allow Trustee Desmond to participate by phone due to work?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Sock.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Can I also have a motion to allow Trustee Stalker to participate by phone due to illness?
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Sock.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Motion passes. Trustee Desmond, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. Trustee Stalker, you can hear us?
I can, thank you.
All right, thank you. Please rise and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Veterans, please salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comments. Madam Clerk?
Yes. Jackie Solis.
Good evening, Jackie. Are you an Oak Lawn resident?
I am.
Oh, good, thanks.
Well, I'm here tonight to inform the board of what's been going on in my neighborhood on 4th of July lately, and what happened to our house this past 4th of July. We have a ranch house. It's lots of big windows, all on the south side, and huge windows, and we were watching TV about 10 o'clock at night. Suddenly, this big orange flash of light filled all of these windows, like 8 by 10, 8 by 8, 8 by 8, all two sections of windows totally full of orange light. We have solar shades and drapes, and they were all closed. This happened within 1 foot of our house. It was not in the sky, it was on top of our house. These were explosives, they weren't fireworks. And when I went out the next morning to pick up the remnants of this, to see what it was that went off, because this was not normal, they were already picked up by the person down the street who blew these off, because they didn't want anybody to know what they've been blowing off. We've spent many thousands of dollars on renovations on our house, and I really don't want to start over again because of people who are out to have some fun. I'm sure you all heard on the next day on the Chicago News, there was one house and 2 garages that were caught on fire, and 1 garage burned to the ground. Now, in droughts, this is a really even bigger problem with some of these explosives people are using now. The haze on that night, because I popped my head out the door after this happened, the haze was worse than the Canadian wildfires. It was a fog, and the stench, the smell of it was absolutely terrible, and it was in our house and lingered for quite some time. If you set fire to a house, it's called arson and you go to jail. But fireworks are all in the name of fun and partying. The officer that came to our house when I called after this happened said that there are no police patrols. And he said that everybody's doing it so it can't be stopped. But that's not true. It's only a handful of people and it can be stopped. In Rockford, the fines for this are $750, and in Elgin, if you do it 3 times in 1 year, it's $1,500. Some places, it's $2,500. In Oak Lawn, if you blow leaves on your neighbor's lawn, it's $250, and for fireworks, it's $50 to $75. I talked to 2 neighbors who have lived in Oak Lawn for a long time. They are not kids, and so I know what they told me is true. Why would they make up a story? 1 block from north of me, somebody is blowing off quarter sticks of dynamite, and no wonder it sounds like a war zone in our neighborhood. 1 block south of me, somebody is spending near $10,000 a year on fireworks, and I believe that number because they're blowing them off for a week, for several hours per night, and then the fine is $75. This would stop if there were patrols and proper fines. The problem will never stop with the current system, because how can you...
Ma'am, you have 3 minutes. I'll give you 30 more seconds.
Okay, how can you find a location? It's too dangerous to go outside. these fines do not deter anything, and hopefully you will change this. And if you do, hopefully you'll announce it several months before 4th of July, because it will deter people if they know that they're going to be charged a lot of money, more than $75.
Well, thank you, thank you. We'll look into our fine
Terry,
schedule.
can I? just
Sure.
Real quick. Mrs. Solis, I know that during that time, I did speak with the chief of police, and we have written a tremendous amount of fines during that time. So I know that we were out, we were responding to calls. If we get calls, they will go out, they'll check it out, and they will fine the people if they're
But how
there.
can you call?
Okay. Chief, do you have anything else, other information
Dangerous.
regarding that?
Ma'am, it's not enough.
Sorry.
Madam's, I didn't catch her last name,
Solis.
Solis mentioned Elgin. So this was an article that I forwarded to our village manager. I'm glad that you brought up Elgin. Elgin, which is a department and village 3 times the size of Oak Lawn. They were giving this Raven review in an article, fireworks complaints down in Elgin over July 4th holiday, but number of fireworks citations up. They wrote approximately 20 citations is what the article said. In Oak Lawn, now we're a third of their size, we wrote 26, and 3 of those were long-form arrests where there would have been more than a $75 fine. So we are out there, we are responding. But everyone, I'm not saying it's excused, everyone does it, but we respond the best we can and we answer each call accordingly. So we are taking enforcement action.
I have to ask you, the officer that I was talking to is the one who told me that was the fine. What is the fine if it's, how
Ma'am,
can it
ma'am.
be any worse than?
Ma'am, this is not a discussion, it's public comments, and you've had your comments.
Okay.
And I sympathize with you. I was a policeman here for 35 years and worked many, many, many 4th of Julys. Not in addition to the fireworks, which you are right, they're everywhere. There are major police calls that go on too with family disturbances and alcohol abuse. So the police department, which runs 15 maybe squad cars on the street, is very well taxed on the 4th of July night. But we do everything we can within our power to curtail it. 7 miles away, the Indiana border, you can go over there and buy anything you want, okay? It's very difficult for our police department to put a stop to every fireworks that explode. But I do get a lot of complaints. You are absolutely correct in your assessment of what's going on, and the police department is doing everything we can. We can look at our fining schedule, if we can do that. Okay, when we do make these 28 arrests, you're absolutely right. The fines are too low. We should send a message, okay? But again, when we do a long-form arrest, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, in my day, that takes a policeman off the street into our booking to book those people for 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. At a time, it's extremely busy out there, and there's life and death calls. So we try to prioritize the 4th of July with your complaint and understand it's legitimate. But it's a difficult problem, and I doubt whether we can ever solve and never have fireworks go off in Oak Lawn, but we try very hard.
Well, if somebody's blowing off quarter stick dynamite.
Yes,
it
well
would
then,
be easy
please,
to-
and please, call the police.
To stop it.
Yeah, I don't know, okay, thank you.
And I know they're busy doing things, but if you're destroying somebody's property, that's not so great either.
I agree. Thank you, ma'am, thank you very much. Anybody else?
No, that's all.
Okay, we will move on to the NICOR presentation. Would you bring the screen down, please?
Hello, everybody. My name is Alex Goss. I work with Vector Services. If I look familiar, I think this is the 3rd or 4th presentation I've given you all, so.
Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. And a lot of it's going to be review. So, yeah, next slide, please. So we're a service-disabled owned business, and we operate in 13 states across the country. So we're as far northwest as Seattle, down to Florida, northeast, Texas, Kansas City. So we have a pretty large footprint. As far as this area, we have yards in South Holland, Bensonville, Naperville, Aurora. So a wide footprint just within the Chicagoland area. Next slide, please. That's myself, Alex Goss, at the top. My boss, his name is Mark Trueblood. He gave our first presentation here. And then Daniel Evans, he's kind of our boots on the ground. We call him our general foreman. So what are we doing and what do we look like? We like to give just a fair heads up to what our trucks look like, just so in case we're going to knock on the door, you know, you're familiar with the name, you're familiar with what we're doing and what it looks like. So at the bottom there, is an example of the safety NICOR badges that were given. In addition, if, let's say we knock on a homeowner's door and they're not available, we do have business cards for our guys to set up potential appointments. All of our guys have that same style business card. So we try to keep it uniform and consistent for everybody, just again, so everybody knows who we are and what we're doing. As far as the what we're doing, it's this right here. You can go, yep, perfect. What we're doing is we're looking for cross bores. So NICOR, anytime that they install gas, it's used directional boring, where they're essentially using drills underground to push that pipe, install new gas lines, both to residences and businesses. As they're doing that, there is potential risk where they're hitting sewer or other utilities in the way. So it's a big issue if they hit the sewer. Obviously, that can disrupt the flow, but it can cause other issues as well as gas leaks into homes and businesses, which is a danger to the community. So that's what we're out here to prevent. This is our upcoming project that we have. So that's the map at the bottom right, but the scope of it is South Keating from West 11th to West 107th, Kilpatrick from West 11th to West 107th, South Knox from West 10th to West 109th, South Kenton from West 109th to West 107th, and West 109th from South Keating to South Kenton. This is an older gas installation, which usually indicates that at some point, whether through the Public Works Department or some other means, that NICOR was made aware of an issue in the past. So that's why they open up this scope, the entire scope to us, for us to just re-inspect from a long time ago. And that's just a more zoomed-in version of the map there. And just any questions, comments, concerns about the project at all?
I would like to make one comment.
Yes, sir.
The work that you've done so far in some of the sections of Oak Lawn has been well done. The communication's been good. Again, with the amount of seniors that are here, I think it can over-communicate because you will have people coming to your doors and making sure the credentials are correct. And if a senior or any resident has a question, always call our police just to make sure, because I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yep, absolutely.
And I know that, there was some contractor issues on performance. You and your team did a great job at making sure that they came out and fixed the things that they need to fix. So
Thank you.
I can only tell you that I appreciate what you and your team have done.
No, we appreciate the receptiveness. It's not, this way everywhere we work. So just the community's, acceptance of our program and the Public Works Department is really great for us. We appreciate you all.
Any other questions? Hearing none, thank you for your presentation. We'll probably be seeing you again in about 5-6 months.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll move on to conflict of interest disclosure. Do we have any problems with this agenda with any trustee? Hearing none, we'll move on to approval of regular meeting minutes 2023-02 dated January 23rd, 2024. Motion, please.
Motion approved.
Second.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond. Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes. Motion passes. Move on to new business by village trustees. District 2. Alex? You got Trustee Desmond, unless you want to start with. Oh, yeah. I forgot you're on the phone there, Tim. Trustee Desmond, do you have anything?
Yeah, I have no new business.
Thank you very much. Now we can move on to 2. I have good news. I have no new business. Okay, good. District 3.
Thanks, Mayor. I just wanted to just mention one thing about the Oak Lawn Park District Special Rec. They concluded their basketball day. It's their 14th year on January 27th. They've been doing this at all the local high schools and middle schools. They have a phenomenal group of parents that work really hard for that day. And it's just, the thanks go out to them for putting this event together. I believe they've seen all of our schools, our local schools. I believe they're looking to go to Richards next, but this one was at Oklahoma Community High School. It was very well attended. We love to see the high school kids out there supporting it. So I just wanted to mention that they did a fabulous job and look for them again next year, right about the end of January.
Thank you, Trustee
Thank
Mallow.
you. That ends my report.
Thank you. District 4?
No new business, Mayor.
District 5, Bud? No new business. And, thank you, and District 6?
Just a couple quick items. In District 6, I know I've been getting asked regularly about the water mitigation and what's going on over there. So just a quick update. We've been finalizing the plans for the water retention over there at Pi. We've been working with 218 and MWRD in regards to those fields. That retention area is going to hold up to 15 million gallons of water. And this is the big question. Construction on the project is tentatively scheduled to begin in November of this year, 2024. So that would be after all the football teams and all the seasons were done and we could start work over there. So I just wanted to mention that just so that, you know, there's been a lot of questions in my district about that lately. And then secondly, just wanted to compliment OLPD again. We now have a school resource officer full-time at District 123 in the middle school. It's going great. It's been well-received. Everybody over there loves it. The program's going amazing. Big kudos to our police department. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee. Village managers report?
Nothing this evening.
Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine and brought forward at the direction of the Board of Trustees, village manager, or village committees, and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. A, request the Board of Trustees approval for St. Germain Germaising 5K Run Walk on Saturday, April 20th, 2024. B, request Board of Trustees approval to waive the village incurred fees associated with the Germain Walk on Saturday, April 20th. C, request Board of Trustees approval of a Traffic and Safety Commission recommendation for 2-hour parking signs to be installed on both sides of Mansfield Avenue from 95th Street, 9524, 9525 to decrease commercial parking and increase parking for patients of the medical office building at 5851 West 95th Street. And D is ordinance 24-03-08, approving those signs. E, request Board of Trustee approval of the Zoning and Planning Commission's recommendation for a 11-foot sign height variation and a variation to allow a second ground sign at 4300 West 95th Street. Kelly Nissan is the petitioner there. And F is ordinance 24-03-09, which authorizes those signs. G, requests Board of Trustees approval of Zoning and Planning Commission recommendation for a special use permit to operate a massage therapy business in a C2 zone district at 10735 South Cicero Avenue. Karen Keene, petitioner. I'd like to make a comment on this. Whenever we have these things that come up, I get a little bit blowback from the community. There seems to be some opposition to massage parlors, but I can assure you this is a professional massage parlor associated with a medical facility, and there's no hanky-panky going to happen there. And ordinance 240310 is an ordinance granting a special use permit to conduct massage therapy in the C2 General Service Zoning District, 10735 South Cicero. I is ordinance 24-03-11, an ordinance approving in the implementation of a grievance and a ULP charge settlement agreement with the Oklahoma Professional Firefighter Association, Local 3405. J, Resolution 2403-07, a resolution approving a collective bargaining agreement between the Village of Oak Lawn and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Chapter 351. K is Resolution 2403-08, a resolution approving construction services contract with Reliable Contracting and Equipment Company as the lowest possible bidder in connection with the regional water system improvements. That's water transmission bid package number 5. L, Resolution 2403-09, a resolution approving a proposal from Ty Lynn Greenlee and Hanson for construction engineering services for the Regional Water System Improvements Program Transmission Bid Package Number 5. M, Resolution 24-03-10, a resolution approving a proposal from Christopher Burke Engineering, LTD, for additional professional engineering services related to the 2024 street program, Oak Lawn parking lot, and Crescent Court and 92nd Street intersection projects. And N, Resolution 24-03-11, a resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving renewal of a cyber insurance policy, Arch Specialty Insurance Company, Coalition Insurance. And O, Resolution 24-03-12, a resolution authorizing the engagement of James D. Brazenhand Limited to conduct Illinois government lobby assistance. Motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Tim?
Yes.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Okay,
Mute.
yeah,
Still there, he can hear the.
yeah. Okay, we have to move on to the village clerk's report.
Disbursement Resolution Number 2024-03D dated February 13th, 2024, in the amount of $11,264,600.28.
Motion to pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Second.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes, he said yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Motion passes. The village president's report. First off, this is a big day. One of our trustees on the board has a birthday, and he's sitting over here to my left. Okay, trustee, you want to tell us how old you are? Trustee Alex Oliniechek?
Now you caught me on the spot.
Yeah.
I turned 58 years old, and I will tell you that this has been a difficult birthday because it's the first year that I'm not able to spend it with my mom. So it's been,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry to say it, but she's up there watching for you.
yes, she is.
All right, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Anybody got to wish him a happy birthday on this board?
Happy
Okay.
birthday.
Let's say more. All right, we'll skip the happy birthday song, though. Okay. Hey, I had an opportunity today to address the Chamber of Commerce delivering the State of the Village. And it was well-attended, probably had close to 150, 200 people there. Thanks to the staff, thanks to our village employees, we were able to give a wonderful, great report on the village, and what it's done and what it will be doing in the next year. I won't go into details. I asked our IT department there, Vernon, if we can get that up on our YouTube village page, so people that are interested to know what a great town they're living in, they can get the details, okay? Thank you. Okay, that's all I have. And we're moving into an executive session. I need a motion.
So moved.
Go into executive session. Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Hang on, Terry, can you read the executive?
Oh, yeah. This is an executive session for the purpose of discussing one closed meeting minutes of 2023-13 dated December 12, 2023, and a pending litigation. Motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Bud, you there?
No.
This is not working.
Okay.
Bud, are you there? He's not on.
Is that right? Is that right?
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thanks for coming out. We're going to go into our private session now.